All right, item number 9, public comment on items not on this agenda. It is the council's policy to refer matters raised in this forum to staff for investigation and interaction where appropriate. The Brown Act prohibits the council from discussing or acting upon any matter not agendized pursuant to state law. Would anyone like to address the council under public comment? Sure, just tell us your name and your street, please.
My name is Anand Singh. I'm the president of Unite Here Local 2. We're the hotel workers union here in San Mateo County. Mr. Mayor and honorable council members, I'm here today with a number of others from our union and from the community to speak about a hotel development here in the city of San Bruno. The council has a big responsibility here in making this deal and in making the best deal possible for this city. And what we ask the council and you, Mr. Mayor, to consider is the fact that the development itself, right now, as of today, if it were built today, would not have any guarantee that the jobs, that construction jobs to build this hotel would have any guarantee of a living wage or real health benefits or good quality jobs for the construction workers building those jobs. There's no guarantee of that today. Additionally, once the project is built, there's no guarantee that those jobs would be good union jobs with access to health care, livable wages. This is something that I think the council really needs to take into consideration. The project itself would be a good deal for San Bruno if the workers that work on the project and that work at the hotel following its development are able to live in this community, are able to support families in this community, have good quality jobs, can spend money in this community. That would be a win-win for everybody involved. And so we really ask that you take that into consideration when you're taking up this issue. The developer, OTO, has given us the blow-off. They've given us the brush-off. They haven't met with us. They haven't talked to us about an arrangement where workers have the right to choose the union, something that they've done in other cities, something it's not a foreign concept to them. We think that San Bruno deserves no less. San Bruno deserves a good deal in this development, and we urge you to press the developer to meet with all sides and make sure that the jobs that are involved in this project are good quality jobs for the city of San Bruno. And I know there's a number of others that wanted to address this, but we'll leave that with you, and thank you for your time.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else like to address the council? Tell us your name and your street, please.
Ryan Mersney, Keynes Avenue. As I've repeatedly stated, I'm in favor of a hotel and the revenue it would generate. I'm very much against an unnecessary subsidy for a wealthy corporation. I would like to address Mayor Ruan and Councilmember O'Connell's flyer proclaiming they are telling the truth over the multi-million-dollar subsidy they intend to give a multi-billion-dollar South Carolina hotel developer. I will debate either or both the mayor and Councilmember O'Connell at any time, anywhere on video, and then the people of San Bruno can see their truth in action. We can post it on YouTube for all to see and judge for themselves. I'm sure neither the mayor nor the Councilmember O'Connell will turn down this wonderful opportunity to show how competently the City Council has been using the taxpayers' money and property. Please just let me know when and where. I promise to be there. Also, I wonder if it is ethical or even legal for Mayor Ruan and Councilmember O'Connell to be using government email address in campaign literature. I see the mayor who is up for re-election is using his official email address in the truth flyer. Wouldn't it be better if the mayor and the council member not use taxpayer-funded email accounts in campaign literature? I'd like to publicly hand the city clerk a little over 100 signatures from residents demanding no subsidies be given to a multi-billion-dollar corporation. More will follow as people are currently gathering more in their neighborhoods around town. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Anyone else like to address the council? Just tell us your name and your street, please.
Buenas tardes, comisionados. Mi nombre es Rita Escobar.
Translate for her. Good evening, commissioners. My name is Rita Escobar.
Trabajo para el San Francisco Airport Club United
I
por
work
más de 15 años.
For the translator, if you could get a little closer to the mic because you're on TV.
I work for San Francisco Airport Club United for more than 15 years.
Como residente de San Bruno, me preocupa que la ciudad de San Bruno esté construyendo un hotel sin unión.
As a resident of San Bruno, it's concerned me that the city of San Bruno will have a construction of a hotel without union protection.
Como residente de San Bruno, deseo buenos empleos para la comunidad de San Bruno para mayor superación.
As a resident of San Bruno, I wish that the San Bruno city will provide good jobs for the citizens of San Bruno for better opportunities.
Para toda la comunidad de San Bruno. Gracias.
Of course, I'm speaking on behalf of all the San Bruno community. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Just tell us your name and your street, please. Thank you.
My name is Leif, and my street is Acacia. I'm a third-generation San Brunian, and as a current resident and concerned citizen, I came to make a hearty statement. The council's negotiation to sell the public land by Jack's to OTO virtually for free through property sale of $1, close to $1 million in waive building permits, and of course tax breaks, is a huge mistake and an irresponsible form of governance. The cost to the public ranges about $5 million to some say possibly $15 million, and may not even produce a worthy return for another 15 years or so. That's quite a gamble to say the least, particularly when there are higher priorities. Proving even more uncertain, there are no negotiated or contracted securities for the short-term or long-term jobs, much less assurances for the local construction and hospitality hotel unions. This factor would be the best bargaining chip for such a gamble. This is disturbing and suggests that our city government seems uninterested in such local concerns of security. Surmising these relevancies, the deal is not only a terrible negotiation, but also suggests inward thinking by city council representatives. To be frank, this deal places the burden of trickle-down economics, which is historically fraudulent, and passes it off to the taxpayer. Last time I checked, the citizens and the residents of San Bruno were not really interested in a narrow-scope project, especially at the proposed cost. First of all, we already have too many hotels in San Bruno, and it seems clearly that they don't operate at full capacity even during large regional events. So the need for a hotel is a false premise. Invariably, another false premise for this project has materialized in the form of a conference center. A conference center for weddings, business meetings, being the lead concern of the city's market, I ask, how often do San Brunians get married, and how often do small businesses require such a local luxury? They do not to the latter, and not often enough to the former. Therefore, this promotion surely is aimed at attracting outside revenue, which further leans towards the Bay Area's gentrification trends. This doesn't enhance the public good because this focuses on enabling private good, and therefore this mistake is an irresponsible move. Additionally, and more importantly, the project is not even close to being representative to the public need, much less reflect the 2015 Community Listening Campaign's final report, where residents nominated priorities towards public good resources, not outside business needs. A better development option would be a multicultural center, which would cover the facilities like conference rooms, community gardens, education facilities, and possibly much more. How this idea escapes the council is beyond me, and further, how this negotiation and plan eludes the public ears seems suspicious. Why hasn't council reached out? Why are they left to scramble? This is a bad deal, and I demand the council reconcile what is amiss. Maybe this demand will give the council a more appropriate sense of supply, moreover, a moral sense of responsibility and service. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Anyone else like to address the council? Just tell us your name and your street, please.
My name's Alan Paulson. I live on Acacia Avenue. I don't have a written speech. I heard about this. I'm not happy with it. We don't have to give away this property for $1 an acre. Economy, I've been working in construction for many years. I've worked on Tanforan. I worked at the police station, Bart. You know, this deal is not good for San Bruno, and I don't know why we're doing it. So, you know, they don't need a tax break. We're not hurting for money. We need some signatory jobs. If they bring in people that pay prevailing wages, we may pay them to pay the prevailing wages, but the employees don't get it. I know, you know, I've learned about these before, so. But I'm a union worker, and I'm a big-time union. We need union jobs here because people won't be able to afford to live here without it. So that's what I got to say.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Hello, my name is Laurel Fish. I'm with Unite Here Local 2, and was asked to, one of our members, Carol Whitaker, who's been a resident of San Bruno for 10 years, couldn't be here tonight because she's working at the airport, but she asked me to speak on her behalf. So she's been a resident of San Bruno for 10 years and a bartender at San Francisco Airport for over 20 years. And she says, as a longtime resident and voter, I've seen the toll of big development on small businesses like those on San Mateo Ave. Local shops are already struggling. We don't need more money. We don't need to give more money to billion-dollar corporations. I also want the city to focus on creating good union jobs with fair wages and benefits like the job I enjoy at the airport, instead of poverty-level jobs. I believe this project will not benefit the community and that we need to focus on better uses for the funds.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Hi, my name is Maria, and I'm a union, and I support union because one thing, I had the seniority to request a day off for my kids in the school. I can have them, I make them happy when I go to the field trips, and I witness how hotel change owners, and the next day, all parents of my kids at school, they didn't have a job. That's all I can say. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Marty Medina, Garden Avenue. Good evening, Honorable Mayor, Council, staff, residents, and friends. I'm running for San Bruno City Council, and I understand this election is not about a hotel. I would love to have a new hotel, but not one subsidized by us residents. We also have to be sensitive to the community's workforce and help whenever we can assure good paying jobs. I have asked for the report justifying the $3.896 million of financial assistance to a billion-dollar developer, and I have been told, and I understand, it is in draft form. The sooner that that report is completed, I think it will answer a lot of questions for everybody. I believe the property is worth more than $1.4 million. The old theater site downtown, which is only little over an acre, sold for $10.6 million. The hotel site is over an acre and a half. So it should be worth way more than that. But San Bruno is facing a bigger issue, not just a hotel. How is San Bruno going to rebuild its infrastructure? Our streets, our sewer, our water, internet systems, including our city buildings. How are we going to rebuild those? Our pool needs to be rebuilt. We need a new library conference center. And I have worked for you for over 10 years as a public works inspector. I know a little bit about this city and how things work. I believe it is time to have someone on the council with construction knowledge and hands-on experience in the street, in the trenches, to see that things are done right. I want to bring new ideas, new energy, to efficiently rebuild our infrastructure and stop relying on unsustainable rate increases. The other candidates have been in office since 2009 and 1995. They had their chance to manage the cost and maintain the infrastructure. But our water rates are already second highest in the region. How can that be? Our streets are ranked near the bottom in the region. It's time to do something different. I'm here to help. I know we can do better. I invite everybody to visit my website, www.medina4sanbruno2015.com. Let me know what you think. I also want to invite everybody to the debate that's going to be here October 5th, 7 p.m. at the Senior Center. You can submit your questions during the day, or you can also submit it to sanbrunopatch.com. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Anyone else like to address the council? Okay. This is a public comment. Item is not on this agenda, but I think these comments deserve a brief statement. All right, I hope you're all listening. because I've been trying to say this for the last number of months. There is no deal with OTO. The only deal we have with them is to negotiate, to talk to them. We have not sold the land for $1. We have not agreed to any subsidies for a multi-billion-dollar corporation. All of that is false. We're talking to OTO, that's what we're doing. All right, all of that involves appraisals, it involves all different kinds of discussions regarding a potential hotel site, which we've been working on for many, many years, through very bad times and now through some very good times. We have, as one member here who's a construction member, said we've supported these unions, construction unions anyway, I can tell you that, through the remodeling of Tanforan, to the building of the crossing, to the 10 homes the Castle Company is building up at the fire site right now. They're all union jobs, all right? That's because this council talked to those developers and said that's what we'd like to do. So we have supported unions, and we look forward to a profitable hotel, a special service hotel, a specific service hotel, which we don't have in San Bruno right now, to serve this community. So the people of San Bruno spoke many years ago that that's what they wanted here, a real hotel. We have a lot of fine motels and smaller units, but they do not serve specific needs that we want here. So there is no deal. There is no exchange of monies. We have not subsidized anything. All right? So we hear you, and you should know that we have your concerns as our concerns. So thank you very much. We'll go on.
You can go to the podium and speak.
You want to go to the podium and say something? Under public comment? No, you have to go to the podium.
Oh, okay. For the record.
It's on TV.
Okay, yeah, my name's Paul Lomsky. I live at Shelter Creek. And actually, it was just more of a question. And first of all, thanks for supporting the union workers. That's great to know that you're on our side and in our corner. I work in a large hotel in San Francisco called the Palace, about 550 rooms, went through a major remodeling. It's a beautiful hotel. And personally, I would love to see something like a comparable hotel to something in San Francisco that could draw people down here all the time. And I don't know if this is I'm not speaking for the union reps or the local 2. It would be great to get that kind of hotel in our city to provide the services, to actually even take some of that San Francisco high-end clientele and bring it down here, which they could go in and use the San Bruno restaurants, and we have a lot of them, and I know a lot about restaurants, trust me. And, seeing that down here would be really a nice thing to happen for the city itself. And this is just my personal opinion. As I reiterate, it would be great for the city and for the workers and just for San Bruno in general. And maybe we'll even get on History Channel sometime, right? We had that earlier with your,
right.
It was really good. That's just basically, is that what you're shooting for? A large hotel along those lines, maybe like a 300 to 400 room hotel?
Well,
do we have any idea?
When you're done, I'll make a brief statement.
Okay, I'm done, and thank you for the time.
Okay, thank you. When this all started a number of years ago, we were shooting for a 500 to 550 room hotel because that would have occupied that whole site there. The economy is so very, very poor at the time, the developer came and said we'd like to put in some smaller retail establishments. There's Jack's Restaurant, there's a couple of others, there's a small bank there. So a lot of that land got used up. And so now we're limited pretty much to 150, 155 rooms with some meeting space that we asked for, underground parking. That's what we're talking to them about now. So, we respect the union's opinions on this, and we take that into consideration along with what's better and the best thing to do for the entire citizenry of San Bruno. So we look at all of that, but I know there's a development in South City. It's not even being constructed union. There's one in San Carlos, not even being constructed union. There's one in Menlo Park or Palo Alto that's not even being constructed union. So, those are the councils you should go after, as far as I'm concerned. We're not. You almost feel targeted here when we haven't really signed anything yet, other than a negotiating agreement to sit down and talk to these people. So, keep us on your radar. I encourage that. But I want you to understand, you know, nobody sold any land for $1. Thank you very much.